All right, here we are, Mod 11, ocean currents. Ocean currents are driven by a combination of temperature, gravity, prevailing winds, the Coriolis effect, and locations of the continents. All of these help with providing the ocean currents. Warm water, like warm air, expands and rises. Okay, we know this. Cold, when you're jumping into a pond, and the top layer is pretty warm, but where your feet are in the pond, it's pretty cold. So cold water sinks and warm water rises. Important fact. Okay, and what this will do is, if you look at these patterns, it will lead to upwelling. So what upwelling is, as air moves this way and the currents on the surface move away, that drags up nutrient-rich waters from below. Okay, this nutrient-rich water helps feed the phytoplankton, a lot of the producers down there of primary consumers, the zooplankton in that region. And this happens off the coasts. Okay, upwelling, surface currents separate from one to another, deep waters rise and replace the water that has moved away. Okay, the important thing is this upwelling brings nutrients to help supply the food for those producers and small first level consumers. Okay, now we're moving on to thermohaline circulation. It's pretty much a full oceanic circulation that drives the mixing of water, salt water, cold water, hot water, and deep water. So we're kind of looking at all those aspects and what's going on here. Now, a couple things to note is these are your upwelling zones. Okay, these are your upwelling zones. Very highly productive areas. Now, the red arrows indicate surface movements, and the blue arrows indicate subsurface or deep movements. Okay. So let's take a look at this one. So what we got going on here is, take a look at this. This is along the surface. We have this warm air, but as it goes up here, what's going to happen is it's going to get cooler as it moves north, and it's going to evaporate as well. And once it evaporates or freezes, the water is going to get saltier. Once salt water, the higher the concentration of salt, the more dense it is, and obviously more dense things sink. So cold, salty water sinks here. The blue, no longer are we on the surface, we kind of dip down below the surface, and we provide a huge thermohaline circulation, temperature and water. Okay, El Nino happens every 3 to 7 years. What happens is the trade winds kind of switch. Okay, this is what a normal year looks like. We have these easterlies, and they're pulling this way, and we got cold deep water and some upwelling. Well, what will happen is the trade winds kind of switch a little bit, moving where the warm water is, causing a little bit of downwelling here. Okay, and pushing the warm spot over.